Watching the sunset over the infinity pool. Finally having come up with a good name for my parrot. Hello, cat. That's it. Cat the bird. Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are in the world. I hope you're having a fantastic time. My name is SoothingFilly, and welcome back to another episode on the NationCraft server. Today, we are going to be starting something new. We've been doing a lot of work over in the community district and the Adventurers Guild over in the Spawn Island and all of that jazz. Things are coming along in the public areas pretty bloody nicely, I must say. I'm quite happy with how things are progressing. But I recently showed someone new around my base, and I realised just how kind of it is. I mean, I've got my house, which is great. I'm really happy with my storage area. Thanks, Dane, for going to bed. And this rooftop bar with the infinity pool is absolutely kick-ass. I'm really quite happy with that. But that's kind of it. I've got my paths. There's a couple. I just need something more. So I decided to do some massive expansions. And there's also something I'm lacking in the base, and that is any kind of automatic farm. I don't have wheat planted for heckin's sake. It's craziness. I don't have any kind of resource, renewable input of food or anything like that. And considering I own actually one of the two restaurants on the server, this will not do. Quite a few changes to the area. First of all, I'm going to be doing some kind of XP grinder. Essentially, what I'm going to be doing here is villager based. I am going to be putting in an XP farm behind me. There's been a new design by Ilmango, which I'm going to be building hopefully on stream very shortly, and I will put a link to his tutorial in the video below because it's a mobless XP farm. And I'm super excited to have one. I'm also going to be putting in a melon and pumpkin smashing farm doodad kind of system here. I need a sugarcane farm, I need potatoes, I need all sorts of things. Pretty much everything that you can eat or trade with villagers, I'm going to be building a farm for in the area directly behind me. There's going to be a lot of paths going in. I need to figure out a lot of new building designs. And I have also finally found a use for the big white tower behind me. You see the golden antlers raised up there in the sun? Well, that's where our villagers are going to be multiplying. And I'm going to be building like tubes, water tubes, for them to be like very visibly passed from there to here. I also have secret plans for a certain dating style app that I'm going to be using to select and trade with villagers and things like that. I think it's going to be absolutely awesome. So let's cut to the stream. I'm going to be getting hold of this, getting this XP farm in. Everything I'm going to be needing to do is going to be sprouting from a need to have XP available on hand and in my base without travelling hundreds of thousands of blocks away. Well, not hundreds of thousands. You know what I mean. Without travelling miles away for the nether. I need XP on hand if I'm going to be putting all of this off. So let's get started with that, and I'll be back after the stream. And finished. Now, if there's one thing that doing complicated redstone on stream has taught me, I think it's that you should never do complicated redstone on stream when you're not really sure what you're doing. Oh, that was an absolute mess. But let me show you what we managed to get done. This is the XP farm. Now, I've built like a white sort of case around it as a basis for the decoration. But the meat of the issue is... not the meat of the issue, you know what I mean. The meat of the machine is in here. So, I'm going to link Ilmango's video down below. That's the tutorial that I followed to set all this up. But I will briefly explain to you how it works. So what we have up there, you see pumping away, are zero-tick pistons that are pushing past these cactus and updating them, which is essentially making them, I'm not entirely sure why, but it makes them update sort of quicker and grow much quicker. They're being pushed into water streams and fed along the top of this line of hoppers here. And as you can tell, all these hoppers are full of cactus. The output rate of this farm for cactuses is unreal. I cannot believe it. And then we have the line of furnaces here. They're all working along burning up the cactus. We are using white carpet for fuel. Now, white carpet is actually incredibly ineffective as a fuel. I think it takes 3? Yeah, 3. It takes 3 white carpet, more than 3 white carpet for every cactus made, which is a horrific amount to do. However, we have a carpet duper up there. Now, I'm not a big fan of duping in general, but let's wander around the back. So what we have is this sort of system here, just basically a sticky piston on a clock back there, pushing these 2 carpets, and every time it pushes backwards or forwards, the carpets pop off and stay where they are at the same time, duplicating themselves, and of course pouring, as you can see, popping down there into water streams, and go along the bottom of the furnaces there for fuel. Now, this is a bit of an odd machine. It regularly breaks itself as I'm going along. If there's too much lag on the server, or if I wander too far away and come back, these pop off. The basic ones here. I think the pistons must extend and stay extended for just slightly too long. I understand it is fairly loud in here. I'm just going to turn my volume down just a smidge, because that is actually a horrific noise that goes off at all times. But surprisingly, this actually isn't very laggy as these machines go. It doesn't really cause too much server lag. It suffers from server lag because obviously here on the NationCraft server we have people from all over the world, all sort of Americans, Australians, Europeans, and all sort of connecting to the server. And obviously when that happens, I'd probably better light up that area. When I've got people from all over the world, this thing can lag itself out quite easily and basically kill itself. The cactus here pops off, and I have to go and replace it down and restart the machine. That's not really the end of the world, though, if I'm honest with you. Yeah, but that's pretty much it. The idea is, I forgot the meat of the thing, the point of this. So, I'm not going to do it now because I'm kind of saving up the XP for later. But what you essentially do is, underneath these wooden things are hoppers, taking away the cooked cactus and burning it. It's in an item destroyer down the bottom there. And what we can do is we can use this lever here to lock the hopper underneath and leave the cactus there. Now, if I pick that up, I will get all of the experience that furnace has been smelting. So ever since 1.13, one of the latest updates, we have furnaces now have the ability to keep the XP that they smelt. So this could smelt 100 stacks, and it would keep all of that XP until you took something out of it manually yourself. So we can use this in our I'm going to sleep. This is incredibly useful to us because what we have here is a ready store of XP that's going to be able to heal our items, so like our pickaxes and mending items and things like that. All we have to do is come along here, flick one of these switches, and then pick up the next item. If I see if I can demonstrate this, if I put my pickaxe in my offhand, I'm going to take off my already healed. These items don't need healing, so my wings could do with a little bit. This pickaxe could do with a little bit, so I'm just going to take this. And as you can see, it fully healed my pickaxe, it fully healed my wings, and it gave me, what, 4 levels there on top? And that's just from this one furnace. Now, this furnace will always be our most potent one. It fills up the first, it starts smelting the first, and it's always going to be doing the longest. And they're going to get weaker and weaker and weaker. So if I got 100 levels out of this one, I'd get maybe 95 out of this one, 80 out of this one, 75, blah, 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 blah. What we're going to be doing right now, though, is just figuring out how we want the building to look. I'm going to leave that thing running in the background while I do it. And essentially, I want this to mirror our item storage system over here. So we've got this one here, which is a lot of glass and a lot of like showy things. It's got itself a pool, it's got itself a sort of beach umbrella there, all those sorts of things. This sort of building is designed for show. It's designed to be a restaurant, and that's the design of it. It's a very, very similar design to our shop, the streamer subscribe shop in the shopping centre. The other sort of design of building we're going here looks like this. It's very more abstract, in my opinion. You've got the white box, and then you've got the sort of the sharp angled lines and things like that of the terracotta going over. I've used mushroom blocks to great effect there as well. I think I'm really quite impressed. I do quite like this one. So for the buildings that are not actually, I think, do we not need you there? I may look into that block. I'm not sure if that needs to extend itself down or if that should go. This is the design that we're going to be sort of mirroring a little bit over there at the XP farm, because the XP farm is not going to be a themed building for public visitation, if that makes any sense. It's going to be very much a factory almost. So this is a similar sort of usage to this, you could say. And done. Or at least done for this bit. How will it? Let's go have a... I've only got 6 rockets. Let's go have a look. I quite like it, yeah. So basically, I just decided to give the build a bit more depth with some of the cyan terracotta on the inside. We lost some of the white. We moved it inside just to give it a bit more depth, and I really like how it's looking, to be honest with you. And then I emulated the sort of wrap, the building wrap that we've got on our storage system over here. Now I actually don't have any mushroom blocks, and I don't have my silk touch axe because I seem to have given that away, and I don't know where it is. I'm gonna have to make another one, I think. It's got sort of an unintentional trident look going on, I think. So I think I'm gonna have to. But I quite like the look, so I think I'm going to carry that on. We're going to be building later on, hopefully getting together with Derp sometime soon, and putting in a pumpkin and melon farm around here. And it's very important that we start to get our villagers in place, because we've got our village breeder thing working. Well, it's nearly ready, up and ready and working there, but there's no actual villagers in it, so I'd probably better go do that fairly soon, actually. First, though, I quite enjoyed the prank that we did on Grand Zelda the other day. And I think he enjoyed it too. So I've managed to get myself a lot of white wool and some cyan wool. The reason I'm using cyan wool is cyan, I believe, is the sort of polar opposite to the purple colour of the Enderman's eyes. Because the eyes of the Enderman tend to be sort of two-tone. You've got the piercing, normally magenta, for which we're going to be using cyan. And you've also got another... Let's take some light blue concrete powder, because they'll sort of offset each other nicely. The idea is I want to build like a negative Enderman, or at least a negative Enderman head, somewhere in one of my fellow players' bases. I'm thinking we put this in my Discord. I had a chat with my loyal Discorders, and they put it to a vote, and it was decided that Arthur the Last Ancient should be the victim of this particular prank. So let's head over to his base now, and yeah, see what we can put together. While I'm here, this is completely unintentional, but I just wanted to show off Arthur's new railway system. His nether tunnel. He's built a little railway system, which I think is really cool. He's decorated it really well with a nice touch of orange and the lava in the walls. I think it looks absolutely killer. And it auto kicks you off at the end, which I think is quite a groovy little side touch. Anyway, let's be getting onto his base and see what havoc we can cause. So this is Arthur's base. You can see his iron farms up there in the sky, and he's built this tree, which I think is quite cool. Now, he has an AFK spot sort of up there, and I would quite like to make this Enderman sort of directly in his AFK spot. So let's go up there now and take a look and see. So here's where Arthur, or he just in there anyway, he sort of AFKs here. And I thought the Enderman would look good if we put it directly here, sort of staring at him. Now it's going to be slightly tricky because I think Arthur has built this on an odd number. And the Enderman's head I'm going to be building 1 block for 1 block. So it's actually going to be an even number. So I'm sorely tempted to put it off to one side. Or better yet, I might build it facing that way. Yeah, I think I'm going to build it facing that way. Let's get some blocks and let's start putting an outline of this thing together. Alright, so I think here was going to be a good spot. Now, I'm going to be doing the upper lip of the Enderman. Because basically, I want the Enderman to have his mouth open. You know, when the Enderman gets all sort of angry. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Awesome. So that would be about the size of it. Yes. Alright. Let's fill this in, get the head in, and then I'll decide what I want to do with the jaw. While I'm building this, it's actually occurred to me that if this is going to be a negative Enderman, with the piercing blue eyes, as I hope it would be. I might have it actually coming out of the water. Now, the original reason for it being over here, of course, was because this is going to have to be on an even number, and it would, if I built it on Arthur's tree, it would have to be one block out either side, and that would bug the hell out of me. So we're building it over here just because deliberately off-center is better, in my opinion, than sort of accidentally one block off-center. So, but it's just occurring to me, actually, yeah, that the normal Endermen, obviously, as we all know, hate water. It's one of the best ways to get them to stay away from you is to stand in water, particularly if you're in the end. So maybe the negative Enderman absolutely loves water. I'm thinking they would do. Alright then, let's have a look and see how this looks at night. And does it need a body? That's the question we need to ask ourselves. I quite like that. It looks a bit derpy, if I'm honest with you. That's not necessarily a bad thing. Could be a derpy anti-Enderman. I like it. Yeah, it doesn't look quite as terrifying as as the black one, does it? Let's land on top of his little cactus farm here. Hey? That's not bad, I think. I think it needs a body, though, if I'm honest with you. So let's have it coming out of the water. Yeah, I don't think that'll be too hard to do. I think we just need... Yeah, we just need some body and maybe some arms. Let's try not to blow up Arthur's builds here. I'm surprised that this is not better lit up, if I'm honest with you, but never mind. Right, so let's do a body here in the middle. I think that looks pretty perfect to me, and it looks like he's holding the bridge to boot, so I'm going to carry on with that on the other side. Absolutely. Quite excited about this. It's working. Ah, please don't tell me. What the... Ah, stupid. Arthur's base is an absolute death trap. Let me just tell you, look, I've been hassled every moment that I've been here. He's got some kind of defense system against pranks, I think. But let's build this, because I'm really enjoying... Please tell me that's... I think that's right, yeah. There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, I think that's that's us done. All that's left now is we're going to clear up our little scaffolding blocks. Yeah, there you go. Let's have a quick fly around. Come on, how can you not love that? He may even keep this. I hope he keeps it. I think it looks awesome. See, people hate on pixel art when it comes to Minecraft, but I've got a soft spot for it, I will admit. Look at that. All we need to do now is think of a name. I think Pat the Enderman. Yeah, awesome. Right, we need to just signpost this up, and then we need to get out of here before Arthur comes online and catches us at it. Hang on, I'm just going to take a screenshot here, because I do love this. Hello, Mr. Enderman. Fancy seeing you here. I'm not going to look you straight in the eye. But, yeah, look at this. Huh? I hope Arthur doesn't mind me using one of his signs. But, let's... Wow, he's got a lot of player heads. Yeah, I'm going to have to nick one of his signs, and then we need to get the hell out of Dodge before he comes online. You guys get the point. Here we are back at the base. We left Pat the Aquatic Enderman over there at Arthur's base, and apparently, word has it, he's keeping him. He likes it. Yep. We love Pat. Pat is brilliant. I don't know where I got the idea, but I'm very happy with it. Now, as I mentioned before, I do want to be decorating out in front of this XP farm here. However, it has occurred to me that I'd probably better get some of the other farms in place before I do so. Otherwise, I'll end up doing a lot of decoration and there won't be any room for any farms. To that end, we have Derpstron 4000, or Stupidly Derpy, or Derps, or Oi You, or Oh Good He Died Again, depending on the situation. How are you, buddy?
Cheers, buddy. Nice. You're funny. Do you know that? You're funny, but it's true. I have already died twice today, and I've been on the server all of, what, 40 minutes.
Yeah, well, exactly. I'm still sat at 99 deaths. I've not yet crossed the magic 100.
We can change that. I'm joking.
Many have tried, Derps. You saw what happened last time you tried. Anyway.
Mate, I didn't try hard. Anyway, that's besides the point.
That's true. Fight and talk here on the NationCraft server, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway.
Anytime, any place, baby.
I am going to be, as I've sort of briefly explained to the viewers, really, but I'll also just now more conveniently go over for yourself. What we're going to be doing here is some villager trading, and I'm going to be doing a lot of villager trading, actually recently inspired by Iskal85 on the Hermitcraft server. He had developed a bunch of picks for Mumbo, and he goes, oh, it's easy, I just do this with these villager tradings. And I thought, I have an entire adventurers guild on the spawn island, which, yes, I know, I still need to show you. We will get around to that sometime soon. I have an entire adventurers guild over there with absolutely heaps of very average armor. It's not very good over there, to be honest with you. The stuff I'm giving away for free is passable at best, and the diamond stuff that I'm selling for 3 diamonds is barely above that. So what we're going to be doing is changing the way we do it. That adventurers guild and the armor that we're giving away and selling is going to become absolutely god tier. And I don't want to spend diamonds upon diamonds. I don't want to spend the rest of my time on this server mining. I want to be trading for them. So, to that end, we've got the White Tower. It's going to be turned into a villager breeder, which is nearly ready to go. Ish. I'm going to actually get Derps to look at that because I think I've done it wrong. And over here, we're going to be starting the development of the stuff that we are going to be trading with the villagers. So I'm going to need everything because I actually realised I don't have any farms. Like, at all. I have a mob farm and not so much as a single bit of wheat growing in my entire base. So I need a massive pumpkin and melon smasher. I need some potatoes. I need everything, really. And that is what we're going to be spending the next couple of episodes getting up and running. So, Derps, you're our resident farm expert. I hear you and Arthur have already been busy fixing the skelly spawn I mentioned in the last episode.
Well, Arthur fixed it. I just knew what he did.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So I think it's about time.
No. Which one was that block?
Oh, I don't know. I just replaced it. I thought you'd left a hole.
Let's go there. Yeah. This will be the center of the farm. This is your center point. So I'm mapping it out for you. And then I was going to ask you. I can get straight into it if you. Yeah,
absolutely. Want. Please tell us what because Derps has got the design that we need for the farm, so he's going to be coming in and helping us out.
Cool. So this is wait, what's his name? Hold on. I've got the information right here.
I'll link the video down below.
Azuma Games invented this. So we're going to be using that farm today. It works off a 9x9 area per, like, I want to say module. Like, obviously the modules are a little bit smaller, but, like, this is I would say the optimum, like, or the minimum space you really want to be using because it works off of 1 source block. So this optimizes 1 source block. So if you wanted it longer, you can go per, say, source block, so 9x19, 9x18, or like 18x18, depending on how big you want this farm.
Okay, that makes sense.
So that's what I would put it as. And then literally what we'll be doing now is just prepping the area. So you want 9x9. We want it to kind of be floating. So like all the area around it, we'll get rid of that. And then we want to dig underneath it, say, just for convenience, like have 2-3 blocks just for us to be able to walk around underneath, because we'll be placing all the hoppers and the collection area underneath that as well.
Alright, Tom. So let's get on with that then, and I guess I'll cut back to the video once we've gotten a bit further along in the build and Derps can catch us up with what's going on.
Cool.
God, he's smart, isn't he? I'm sitting there thinking, do I want to use concrete for this? And oh, I just picked some stuff up, but that, I think, and whatever it is, I unlocked new recipes, is us finito. That's the farm done and working. Derps.
Hi, buddy.
What are we what
are we looking at?
What is this? I was expecting, like, wait, I fell down a hole. I wasn't expecting to fall down a hole. I was expecting like this, and like maybe these, and like maybe this, like the top, these 3 layers, but maybe like repeated 8 or 9 times. But I'm like, that's a big mess of redstone. What am I looking at, Dubs? Come here.
Right.
Talk to me.
So, basically, what we have is observers looking at where the melons or pumpkins are going to grow. Once that gets detected, that feed then gets sent up through the slime. Is it up through the slime again? Yeah, up through the slime. That then powers the or updates. What does it update again? I can't remember. The hopper? Is it a hopper updates? I'm trying to remember this now. Which then gets signaled by the observer there. That observer then powers that note block, which alternatively passes the power over to the next one, which then powers this piston, which forces everything down, but also goes up to the next observer, which gives it a pulse extension, which then will allow the piston to pick the observer block back up and reset the whole farm. And then at the very, very top layer, you have a line of repeaters, which is fed by a comparator, which is reading the amount of items in this chest, which is currently. So 4 blocks is per module, and then it just continues. But the way I like to think of the modules are these 9x9s, as I said at the start of your video. But yeah, that's essentially how the farm works. And why do we have a giant question mark here?
No reason. So basically what you're saying is that this machine can tell that when a pumpkin grows, it needs to smash. So when a pumpkin grows, this thing will come down, break the pumpkin, and then this chest, when it gets full, will turn it off. Yeah.
So essentially the observer is block update, because as the pumpkin grows, it creates a block update. Which then sends the signal off, and the signal part. So if you have a look, it kind of.
Oh my god! I accidentally set him off again. I'm so sorry, Derps. You are. I felt so bad because we do not have time. Like while editing, I was trying to leave his explanations of the video of how the Pumpkin Melon Smasher works in the video, but we just ran out of time. We were like maybe 20 minutes over budget at this point, so I'm so sorry, Derps. He is genuinely a much more intelligent man, and his streams are far more entertaining than mine. So you will find a link to his channel below, Derpstron4000. I think it's now Stupidly Derpy. He just changed his name. He is an incredible Minecrafter and a very good friend of mine. So I implore you, check out his link below. It's well worth it. That is going to be all we've got time for today, though. I'm just going to very quickly show you what I've been up to between now and then, because we've done a wee bit of decorating. So what we did is we've coated Derps' amazing invention in this, or not the invention, sorry, but his amazing build in this thing, so that every time any of the outside ones fire, this block here actually moves down and flashes the surrounding area with light. Because one of the things Derps did point out towards the end of his explanation is that is possible if we want to do it. So I quite like it. It's quite cool. All we have to do now is get a villager breeder in. So down here, I've only been, it's been, a day since then? I've AFK'd for a couple of hours. And already we're full of pumpkins, we're full of melon slices and things like that. It's incredible. And this whole system will self-lock. As soon as these and the overflow chests fill up, we will get an item in this chest and the system will lock, and we'll have to manually unlock it. Which is quite cool. Arthur the Last Ancient there, coming in with a nifty bit of redstone right at the finish. But that's about it for us here on the NationCraft server this evening. And we've been building. We did go ahead with Derps, and we put in we got our villager farm all up and working correctly. I even built a little pipeline that you can see here, connecting the breeder to where our villager selection system is going in. But the first thing we need to do now is we actually need to get to a point where we can trade with these villagers, select which villagers we're going to want to keep and which ones we're going to want to lose. And the whole thing, that whole villager trading hall mess, I haven't even started to think about what the design is going to be or anything. I do know that it's going to be a building that's open to the public, so this kind of industrial look of the two buildings behind us simply won't do. We're going to have much more glass. It's going to have to be much better designed than that. For now, though, that is it from me here on the NationCraft server, as I've said so for the third time this episode. Thank you, everyone, for coming along and watching my episode. As usual, if you've really enjoyed it, well, I do appreciate slapping that like button. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing maybe. And if you haven't already checked out mine and Derpstron 4000 and Arthur the Last Ancient Twitch accounts, I would really recommend you just click the links below and come by all means check us out. It's quite a good time to be had over there when we're live. But for now, that's going to have to be it from me here. Thank you very much for tuning in, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. I'll see you all in the next episode.
Honestly.
He put an ender chest down on a path block.
Where?
Oh, he just did it.
I did not account for that.
There? Ah, dude. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Wait, stop attacking me. I can fix this, man. I'm gonna come. Push. Get out of here. No, Arthur, he's coming for me. No arrow. Cheating, little son.
Ow.
Come at me, bro. Come at me.
Oh shit, creeper behind you, creeper behind you!
Oh, fuck, I died and all. Oh my god, with my half heart. That's all I got left.
Oh my god, well at least he didn't blow up my build, right?
Yeah, that's alright. We could fix anything.
Just some roses.
Oh no!
Oh, fuck. Do you know what, right?
What happened?
Get the guy with 7 FPS, right? Okay, cool.
Oh guy,
Fair
what
fight
happened?
my ass.
What happened?
Dude, I am so... Mate,
Oh my fucking god.
Fuck you, bitch. Ha ha ha.
Well,
Your
that's 100th death done by a bloody skelly.
And there's me on 50.